Yo, what's up guys? Welcome. How's everybody doing? Fino, MVP, Navi, Kennedy, Shiva, Hard Rock, Darth Currency, Lewis, Baton's bot. Who else is here tonight? I think that's everybody. Welcome. Guys, it's that time again. It's one of the big matches of League of Legends team versus Royalty Esports, the first side. Myself and Sinister Smiley in the cast tonight. Sinister, how's it going, dude?
I'm going great, and yourself, Sheepy?
No complaints. Just got my coffee. I'm ready for some good matches. Should be an excellent series.
Got my coffee as well, and very excited. I don't know. I always have this sense of hype when a League of Legends team is playing, because you never know if they're going to pull out some weird ass plays and like win one of the top teams, or they're gonna like not do so well. But it's always fun to see like what's gonna happen. Is Imbepeat gonna show up or troll? Who knows?
Speaking of people, what's up, man? Welcome, guys. First ban phase just completed. We got the clan Zoe Rebellion versus the Silas, Cartus, and the Caitlyn. So what are we expecting this game, dude? Are we putting any expectations on that Nico pick? Do you feel like either of these sides have been practicing it?
Well, I don't know. Again, just as I said, we don't know if MVP's control. He was dropping some hints last night on the casting, the podcast, that he wanted to play it, but it sounded like baiting to me. So I don't know if he's actually going to play it. As we say that, they get the Lucian lock-in on MVP.
Dude, honestly, if I was
ADC role at least.
If I was to see a Nico from the League of Legends team, I would think I'd be on Shammy in the mid lane. I mean, like mid lane Nico, not as strong as like on hit Nico, but we yet to see the first one in the VS gaming scene. So fingers crossed, has not been banned yet.
Tell me this is a Galio support. What I want to see them take now is Jarvan support and like a nice like a Orianna mid lane. This is the perfect first two picks you want to get a really great. Oh, and they picked the Jarvan away. That makes me sad. Really good pick away from there, making sure that a League of Legends team does not get Jarvan.
Speaking of Garth, not Garth, Galio. Galio, like you said, super OP in the support lane right now. Very tanky, very beefy, even after the Aftershock nerfs. Hits pretty decently, so definitely like very much a strong up there support at the moment. Been played a lot in the pro scene. So I'm glad to see they are picking the Galio, even if it is going to go to the mid lane, which I highly doubt, most likely in that support lane. But we have the Vayne figure for the side of Royalty. I mean, we do know that Vayne is one of Van Klax's champions, but he has picked his Lucian, so like an interesting one to be honest, picking the Vayne into the Lucian, seeing as it is a bit of a hard matchup. Maybe it's just expectations for into the support Galio.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the Vayne pickup. I mean, if they don't get a lot of jungling pressure, it feels like the Thresh and Vayne is a bit counterintuitive, almost as if you're trying to get like a early play or even a general playmaking support in the lane, but Vayne can't really like do a lot of damage in the beginning. I mean, if you try to scrim a Lucian in the beginning, I think definitely you're going to lose that fight. So it's a bit of a counterintuitive bot lane, I think.
Always do the stab for a stab. Royalty takes the Jarvan. Then League of Legends team's going to take the Skarner. That is something we have seen Garth play in the past, so it seems like both teams just like, yeah, they like to play each other's comps to the extent, although it could be the Hard Rock tribute with the Skarner pickup. I mean, we haven't seen Hard Rock's jungle Skarner before, the manager of a League of Legends team. But next ban phase coming through, we have the Victor as well as LeBlanc. Last two bans, or last ban for either side. So
yeah, I think on both sides, good bans for the mid laners. I mean, Shammy is really good on the Blanc, and Father Psycho has been known for a long time playing Victor. So I think it's good bans for the mid lanes, comfort bans if you will.
Look back.
Okay, expectations, dude, going into the series. What are your thoughts as to how many matches we're going to see tonight, dude?
I don't know, you know, like I said before, it feels like League of Legends team, they're actually practicing, putting time in. You know, it wasn't like last year where they like the self-proclaimed meme team and they just show up for games and play them. I see them a lot on TeamSpeak. It feels like they are actually playing and putting some time into the game. So I think they are improving, and I feel like they can actually, they have the potential to take some games off of Royalty.
Okay, otherwise, we got in the chat Roy saying he loves you, Sinister. Giving you some love in the chat. But I can't watch you because Twitch is lagging. Roy's put it on lowest quality and just listen, dude. We do our best to try and make it visible without watching, if that makes sense, dude. Just audible experience. But we got the Morgana lock in. Pretty surprised that didn't make it through. Pretty decent at the moment. So most likely will be that Galio in the top lane and Morgana in the support lane. Urgot Hov in the top side for the side of Royalty. Speaking of royalty, they do have a new support, Celestial Fever, so we haven't actually seen him playing on the live scene. I have played with him in a team before, on previous years and whatnot, so I definitely do recognize the name. Expectations, they're up there. We'll have to see what happens. What's up, Cheesy there? How's it going, dude? Roy is saying quick 2 for naught.
Quick shout out to Rog. Thanks a lot, dude. Dude, much love. Thanks for supporting. So Celestial Fever, he's South African, right?
Yeah, I believe so. He was originally from the UK, if I'm not mistaken. Moved down to South Africa. Couple of years now.
Shame for him.
Sheep is dude. But we have the On.
South Africa, but anyways,
we got the On pick up to match. Yeah,
On coming out, pretty safe pick and top. I mean, it's pretty much the Sion On matchup. A lot of people as well. If you see one tank and you want to pick another tank, they're good into each other. They trade really well. They're good for late game team fighting. So yeah, it's both safe, good engaged top laners, and I think the Galio is going to work really well with this type of comp that they want for the Galio, and I think the Galio in turn is going to provide a lot of safety for Morgana. Morgana in mid lane, I think, is also going to be pretty good against the Sandra. Black Shield is going to make sure that she does not get locked up in case she does get ganked.
Yeah, I mean, pretty spicy. One of the changes to the ultimate. Not a bad spot, especially to a champ like Lissandra, like you mentioned. Black Shield very effective. As well against Jarvan. Sion, even you can basically just like face tank the ulti. And Vayne Thresh should be Thresh. One of Sexy B's most comfortable champions. Seems like Celestial is comfortable on it too. Have to see that into that matchup. Galio Lucian. Super potent in the early game. Need to watch out for that. Vanzo has to try and get that 3-item, 2-item power spike and see if he can just like carry the rest of the team in his back to an extent. I mean, I don't think I've ever actually seen Psycho's Lissandra before. But team comps now divulged. We've got the Sign in the top lane. We've got the Galio. No, sorry, we've got the On in the top lane. Jarvan versus Skarner. Mid lane's going to be Lissandra and Morgana. Lucian, Galio versus Vayne Thresh on the bot side. Both supports opting to go for Ignite. 2 teleports on either side, so a lot of macro focus this game, it seems. Should be a good match. Sinister.
Focusing a bit on the Skarner pick. Do you think it was a good idea picking a Skarner if they have a Jarvan? I mean, if a Skarner starts ulting someone, can Jarvan just ult him and he won't be able to pull them away? He'll basically be stuck inside his ult while ulting someone else?
In theory, sure. But the thing is, like, Skarner likes to make picks on champs who, like, sort of by themselves, or, like, to try and take them away from the rest of the team. So assuming he plays it correctly, he shouldn't be able to get locked down. I mean, in theory, they have the lantern to pull them away, or like the hook, etc. to stop them from moving. They do have a lot of CC on that team. Well, both sides actually have a ton of CC, but it looks like Fino not happy with his decision to go for Skarner. May have been thrown onto it by the team. Hashtag Skarner Patrol. No Sejuani this game, it seems. That wasn't actually banned away, so I'm pretty surprised they didn't pick it up. Normally, League Legends teams do force the Fino onto like a Sejuani. Maybe Skarner's the new Sejuani for the patch. I'm not too sure about that one, but Sinister, you know the question that's coming, dude. Looking at the 2 team comps, who do you think wins the draft purely off of pick and ban?
I like the A League of Legends team comp a lot. I think they have a lot to answer for on the royalty side of the comp, and I think the Galio has really good engaged potential. I think it's all going to come down to how they're going to play the team fights, but if they do the team fights correctly, I think A League of Legends team does have the comp to take this game.
Okay, so expectations in the overall biased caster, who are you going to cast the curse onto?
I just said League of Legends.
No, but you said for the drafting, that is, dude.
Oh, yeah, drafting. Overall win... Royalty's probably going to win, but I don't know. League of Legends team, I'm going to give League of Legends team a vote. Because
okay, so League of Legends game 1.
Let
me put up a poll. Sounds like a poll, indeed. Got to support the small guys. Win question mark option 1 is, unless you want to the chat. I don't know if it might bug if I'm using it, to be honest. Last time I tried to do the voting poll, it seemed to work through the chat system, but not through the Streamlabs itself. But what's up, Kiddo? Welcome, dude. Kiddo saying that she's an irrelevant, boosted. The only reason you want rage is because you got hard carried. Holy moly, some flames, some like toxicity in the chat, dude. Jeebus. Guys, we're all friends. It's a family-friendly stream. It feels...
Apologies.
No worries. Holy crap, we gotta put the copy pasta going on in the chat, guys. If you feel like anyone else in the chat is already a boosted player, make sure to aim that chat and aim that message, that flame at that person, so they can know it, dude. Yikes. But we'll be jumping into the game in just a moment. Expect to finish done and dusted. Should be a good match, guys. Hope you enjoy. Let me see how the poll works.
One thing that grinds my gears, right? Can
Nice.
people please stop playing Morgana mid? Like,
I don't
you
know,
know what's
dude,
gonna
Morgana's-
happen? It's
Yeah.
gonna get a fairly good win rate in mid. Riot is gonna see that and be like, yo guys, we can't have a support in mid with a win rate like this. We're gonna have to nerf this, and then the supports are gonna have to bear this grunt. Please, guys, please stop playing this mid, I beg you. A little bit of a sinister rant, apologies. Anyways, where are we going to pause the game, good sheeps?
Oh, I'm still letting in, to be honest. I'm just tapped out currently doing the scores and whatnot. It's royalty versus royalty, apparently.
Okay, I'm gonna pause at 30 seconds.
That's good. Yeah, that should fix it. So everything looks good. We'll jump back into the game quickly. Gonna pause it at 30.
Is your client frozen?
Ready?
Because
Ready when you are?
you should be loaded in by
No,
now.
I'm loaded. I'm pause at 30.
Oh, okay, there we go. 30 seconds, yeah.
3.
Paused?
Yep. 2.
Okay.
1. Go. Boys,
Oh.
looks like all the players are lined up. Bit of a first damage.
Interesting. He doesn't
Yeah.
know he's. I think he does know he's there, yeah. And
That's
Ghost
good, Ghost
Borrow
Borrow.
is gonna get scouted out.
I mean, dude, it's first damage of the series going over onto Fine. It's gonna be abused like Scorpion.
Do you know how much playtime these new players on Royalty have on the team? Because I mean, like, this is also a factor that could go into the factor that can go into play here when they, if a League of Legends team managed to win the series.
I mean, dude, a League of Legends team seems like the same roster as last leg, so they're pretty happy. Dude. They're chilling. For the
No,
whole
I mean
split in
Royalty
half.
with the
Royalty,
new players there.
Celestial, Fever, and Zanuck. Well, Zanuck, for example, was the top laner for the previous year. He's Jet Lust.
Jet
So-
Lust renamed. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so he's played with the team for a year. The only addition would be the support, who was recent, like this leg. So not too sure to see what Celestial adjusts to the team. Fingers crossed. Let me just drop the volume. Boys up. Yeah, dude, should be a good match for the second mid lane. Shammy just looking for the shove. The W start with Shammy. Pretty standard for the support lane. Morgana seems like it's pretty good in the mid lane as well. Just lets you get a bit of a tempo shove. Otherwise, the level 2 cheese from Garth Ryan Miller. Pretty standard job and stuff. We see it from Lima. What are you doing, Garth? Dude, does get the flash even though he misses the EQ combination. Dude, Jarvan is one of those champs that you just gotta expect the level 2 cheese from.
Yeah, and really good for a League of Legends team that he actually manages to miss that, and they can. I mean, shutting down Illusion early game is very big, and the fact that they can get away with that is good. And this is exactly what I was talking about in Champ Select: the fact that they're going to have to get some kills onto this Vayne and get some lane pressure.
I mean,
And,
big engagement with the
Vayne's gonna
flash.
be caught out, and he has gonna have to burn flash, and Vayne actually also burned heal for that bit of miscommunication there, burning both summoners.
Yeah, but of misplay on both sides. I mean, just before that, CCB wasted his flash, and I'm putting dirt at the stairs skill. The depth center is going to connect, but yeah, both bot lane supports, no flash, but heal advantage over the side of a League of Legends team. Honestly, you can already see the power in that Galio pick. Super potent at the moment, not that common in the local scene. First Galio support as far as I can, or as far as we cast it.
And quickly looking at scuttles, Jarvan did get topside scuttle, and Skarner did get botside scuttle, and Skarner is up on 8 CS because of that bot lane gank that Jarvan failed.
I'm pretty surprised Jarvan got top of scuttle, I'll be honest, dude. I mean, he went for level 2 cheese bottom, Skarner got bot scuttle. Unless Skarner started topside, don't actually recall.
Jarvan immediately went for the scuttle instead of for blue, so you
Okay,
can see
which
now that
makes sense.
Skarner is pressuring off of the blue. Skarner actually managed to take away the blue from him.
Nicely played by Fino, able to read the map. I mean, if Garth got that blue round for a super greedy, engage up to the bot lane and knock up into the taunt. Unfortunately, he is focusing Celestial Fever. Vans to super low. The Q damage, the tick, the tuck will not be a knife as the heal from the potion going to be keeping him alive.
Yeah, this Galio Lucian being really big for them, and this is what I was talking about in Champ Select as well. That the Lucian Galio is going to be a really big pain for the Vayne unless the Thresh can somehow keep them off of him, and that's not what he's managing to do at the moment.
I definitely think Van Klaxel should have got that kill onto Vanzel at that point. He could have potentially just flashed 40, had the summoner ready just to get that last auto attack as the Ignite tick. Didn't expect him to survive, I assume, with the Ignites. But should have already been first blood in my opinion. Jarvan making a straight beeline to that bot lane, looking to get that second gang attempt off, seeing as there's no flash in the sexy B. Currently half out, no mana left on Van Klaxel. Otherwise, we've got very cheeky walking from Shammy, just using the planter side, try spot onto the jungle Goth, seeing as it's most likely that he will go for a gank in the bot side. Speaking of which, Van Klaxel is walking into that brush. Seems like he's okay though. Support did leave, so I mean that's super cheeky in my opinion. I mean, letting your AD characters walk to the tri brush while you take a recall, it's asking for trouble. Make that double.
Have you noticed these two MVP teams actually already putting themselves in the correct order?
Yeah.
Before the game even started. How great is that?
That's something that Prem teams tend to do. It's less seen in the lower divisions. Oops, there does connect. Dude, honestly, that Morgana skin, we've seen it before, and it keeps reminding me, her key reminds me of the Swains, like, I'm waiting for the pullback, but it never comes in.
Yeah, I have all of the Morgana skins except for Victorious. Shed a tear, boys. Shed a tear.
Oh, they've tried to chain the top side. Zanuck with the flash away. The auto attack is there, but not going to be able to get the damage required to get the kill, unfortunately.
Oh, the Q, he did put out the Q, but it was just too short.
Fino giving over first blood to the Vayne. That's not what you can afford in this comp. Vayne does not. Well, Vayne is incredibly strong in the late game, especially if you're going to be feeding kills down your throat. It's not what you want to be on the side of the League Leaders team.
That might have been a big problem for the spot line now. Yeah, I think they should try and get some more pressure onto the solution now.
Dude, I mean, like, you were doing pretty decently bot lane. Like, they're up 10 CS, but now you just gave him a kill onto the Skarner. It's a pre-6 Skarner gank. Just did a power farm, dude. Get that power spike, get the ulti. Still not gonna connect with Shammy. Seems like Psycho not having the hardest of times. CS is fairly even, if not in favor of Father Psycho. But doesn't get the wave, so pretty much even.
And I think the good thing about this Morgana into Father Psycho as well is because he's international.
Oh, what are you doing, Sexy B? That comes down to missing, like, not enough experience of the champion. Otherwise, Father Psycho with the TP in the bot lane does get the ultimate off. Gonna be locked down onto the bot lane from the League Leaders team. Van Klaxel with the flash away, lost to the bot, not gonna be there. The heal, yes, to the movement speed. Very nicely disengaged, dude. I don't think the heal is necessary. Looking at the top side. Oh, there you go, TeamSpeak DC. Apologies, guys, I need a timeout when I get a chance. Looks like it should be okay there, apologies.
Connected. Channel switched.
I'm loving it, dude. It's freaking TeamSpeak. Apologies. Okay, so getting back to the game, we're going to train the top side. We didn't miss that ultimate is being pulled in. Cookie getting the 1 versus 1. Do you want to go back and rewatch that, Sinister?
That was a really good fight. I mean, Sion actually played it well, but unfortunately the damage wasn't there. You can rewatch it as you want to, but
let's rewatch it quickly. I feel like that was quite a big one. Did miss it unfortunately at a time, but I fixed the comms. Zanuck with the knockup onto Cookie. Looking pretty good at this point. Cookie just backing off, does pull in the own ultimate. Recast does not connect as it is blocked by Zanuck's ultimate. Looking for the big boy fight. Does not get the stun that is required. Cookie passive. Well, Zanuck on to Cookie. I don't know, he stood still for a reason there. A little bit unlucky. Sinister in-game time. I'm gonna try to catch up to you.
7 minutes, 40 seconds.
Wait, 40 seconds. Alright, Jesus.
Yeah, I went back
50? 50. 51. 52.
Now you're ahead of me.
54. Nothing's really happening, so you can just try and catch up. Otherwise, Jarvan.
Play your time again. Keep on
6, 8,
counting.
81,
Oh, wait.
82. 83. Otherwise, Drake under siege coming through from the League Leaders team. Van Klaxel on the rotate as well. Blue side, bot lane, nowhere to be seen. So no contest coming through. Jarvan top side of the map as well.
I'm on 8 minutes, 20 seconds now.
So Galio's like, he always, what do you call it? Is that a dash knockup? Like, what do you call his ability? It's like a combination of things.
Yeah, dash knockup.
The stash knockup is basically, it's like a double-edged sword in the sense that you can get blocked quite easily, and if you do it backwards, you're gonna get like stopped like closer to them than you're trying to disengage. So something that we did see on the turret there. Comes down to practice, really. Probably not enough experience or hours in the champion, in my opinion. Otherwise, he wouldn't go for a play like that. Went for the disengage, ended up pushing himself into their team under turret, take the turret aggro, and just gets a death for it basically.
What's your time at the moment, GP? 8 minutes?
9 minutes. 9, 1, 2, 3. Fino looking to try and play attention to this bot side of the map. He does have the vision, what's it called, the red trinket, I guess? The sweeper?
Scanner or sweeper.
Scanner, sweeper. So he does spot out the water snare, connecting once again. Shami looking to be very comfortable once Morgana pick despite the changes. Not very many of them, but does look a lot cooler. But, what's up, JDN? Welcome.
Quickly looking at the current state of the game, it seems like the game is still fairly even though there is 2 kills on the side of Royalty. It's 14.3k gold against 14.2, so like 100 gold lead because top lane has a bit of a farm lead in Royalty's favor. Jungle, Fino is still a bit ahead of Garth because of that early game fight. He has not caught up with CS since.
Here is entrance.
Galio is going to ult back into lane to make sure that Thresh does not get the play onto Lucian.
Ignite for Ignite, showing the potency of that Galio pick. XCP going up big, but Van Klaxo does actually go down. Vanzos, the final arrow is popped. A lot of silver bot being applied, but here comes Shabby from the mid lane. Ultimate the top side as well. Zanek getting that knockdown. Fina grabbing the job and away into the Scion stun, but the Scion's going to be able to kill off Fino. But we do believe that in the bot side, Shami able to kill off the Van Klaxo. Oh, sorry, Vanzos as well. Dude.
Yeah, I really want MVP to change his name. It makes it so hard to cast him.
Pete literally made his name that just to troll us, dude, and it's working.
Definitely. This shutdown, just touching this shutdown gold is really good on this Morgana. Once a mid lane Morgana gets fed and you get hit by a Q, it's basically half of your health gone, and he lands a W below that. A mid lane Morgana that's fed could be pretty detrimental. So. Gonna have to see how that goes into the late game because he is also CS up on the Lissandra from mid lane, Psycho. So gonna have to see how Shami can transition this into the late game.
Dude, we saw bot lane. Sexy used his E in the same position as last time, but there was no one there to block it this time, dude. That was super cheeky. Honestly, like, he got punished for the last time. I expected him just to walk away this time. I don't know. Personally, that gave me a little bit of like a speak. A little bit worried from that, but looking back at the map, it's currently 4-3, 17.7 to 17.5. So very, very close match to the current state. Van Klax or Vans are looking to try and pick up that plate. Celestial Fever.
And I wish I had Riot's ability to make those fancy replays where you can like change the camera angles, because this is exactly why Galio is so strong at the moment. You can roam up a bit to the riverside, clear some vision, see what the state of the lane and mid and bot is. Wherever there's a play being made or if there's a counter gank being enforced, you can make the rotation to either side with your ultimate as needed.
We saw a little bit of a trade in the middle there. Nothing too much. The Black Shield able to stop the engage, but Celestial Fever very aggressive. We saw a very similar play one of the previous matches where Thresh did exactly that, but over the wall and ended up getting a kill into the mid laner. The Celestial looked remake.
Morgana finished actually her Ludens on her last back and chunking Father Psycho for quite a bit of his health with just one combo.
It was a cheesy shot for the follower, dude. Kiddo and Cheesy just saying how Psycho eating them bindings for breakfast, eat lots and lots of fiber in a binding, so you gotta get yourself ready for the day's work. So that's the expectations in this game,
and
dude.
I need them for all my working I'm gonna have to do tonight.
Fair enough, fair enough. He's got the night shift unfortunately at 10 o'clock, but Sinister looking at the match, dude. What are you expecting from this point? Like, which lane's gonna be the carry for either team?
Vanzor's gonna have to like put those kills to good use on late game, and we know Vayne can do that. So it depends really on how hard Vanzor can put this team on his back, but otherwise I think overall a League of Legends team has a bit more spread gold. Lucian still has 1 kill, and CS is pretty even, so he's not in a bad state at the moment. Morgana is definitely doing really well in this mid lane. Skarner is still up on CS since the beginning of the game, and I mean Cookie is doing really well at the moment. CS also only 8 behind, and he has the 1 kill up on the Scion. So I think a League of Legends team overall in a bit better position than Royalty at the moment.
Will they hold on to that lead? Nobody knows at this point. Otherwise, God leaves the gank. The bot side does walk to the try brush. The final hour pop for Vance with the EQ coming through from Garth with the flash. With the knock up in the Van Clax with the flash wasted a lot used by Sexy B to get onto that Cataclysm teleport cast. And here comes Shammy. I don't know if it is though, dude.
Oh, they have a plan.
3-man lockdown into the snare onto the AD carry. Lots of damage from between. That's going to be enough for Shammy to finish with the kill. Teleport has been used as well for the side of Royalty. Oh, Garth super low to take the talk. The W from Morgana can be enough. Double kill going over to Shammy. Looking very good at this point. Fino, careful. Treading with fire there, dude. You don't want to pull Tyrant aggro for no reason.
Coming up massive that fire. I mean, it looked a bit debatable in the beginning. Like you were wondering. I mean, both bot lanes just expended both of the summoners, and you were wondering maybe they should just disengage. Morgana actually getting a really nice ultimate in on all 3 members, getting the binding after the ultimate on the Vayne as well, making sure the Vayne is immediately deleted, no chance for her to do anything at all in that fight, and then just cleaning up and then going for this Infernal Drake. Really well played by a League of Legends team.
Yeah, but an extra movement speed you get from the ultimate full of reworked Morgana is super potent in these fights. Allows you to get that ultimate almost guaranteed unless they burn a summoner like Flash. And very easy to chain the binding afterwards. Pretty standard Morgana plays, but very like proactive TP coming through from Shammy, able to basically punish the attempt at bot side from the side of Royalty.
Yeah, it seems like he's pretty confident in this Morgana. He knows exactly what his limits are and how he could play. I don't know if he was completely calculating that. I mean, maybe Sexy B could have held on to his ultimate a little bit longer because it didn't really connect with anyone. But I mean, the idea was there and it looked really good.
Yeah, I mean, agreed. I mean, like you said, the Galio ultimate not the most effective. I don't think Sexy B is well weathered on this pick. Like he's just trying it out.
I think most supports, well, in my case as well, and I know a lot of other people as well, they're busy picking up Galio. I mean, Galio never was a support pick, so most people don't play him unless they have some top or mid experience with him.
Oh, big fight coming through with the Black Shield able to just negate any chance. Snare does connect, plus the ultimate, so much damage on the Van Clax, the tumbles away. Not giving up the late pull, but the knockup is there as well from the Scion. EQ, Flag, Dragon, Cataclysm combo, but Shammy able to stand the Goth under turret. Fino and Shammy super low Celestial Fever connection, not going to be there for the Death Sentence. Applies the box for the slow, managed to just walk away from that stun, or snare rather. Lantern is there, Zillock opting not to go for it, does take the full cast of the face. The Zon is going to keep him alive. On the back of the head in this case.
And this could be a mid lane tower for a League of Legends team.
Yeah, looking very potent at this point, starting to try and run away with this game. Shammy just holding his hands on everyone's shoulders. Is just this way, boys. We want to hit this turret now. Rift Herald is available. Snare does connect. Goodbye, AD carry. Just like that.
That's exactly what I was talking about. You really have to dodge these Morgana Qs late game. If she is fed, she's pretty much going to chunk you for a lot of health with every Q and W, because if she hits you with a Q, you better know she's going to put that puddle underneath you, and that's going to tick-tock away your health.
Dude, at this point, I feel like it may even be worthwhile for a Crucible Rush on the Celestial Fever. I feel like these bindings are doing so much work, especially for the cycle, even proactive play coming through. Fino, super low, but blue team does steal away the Scuttle. Ultimate on low health, but will be able to lock down the Celestial. That's going to be multiple members dead. Garth trying to get out of the pit, but he has no flash, and the EQ not available, just walks around the pit, says no friends, don't do this. But Scuttle... Well, not Scuttle, sorry, Rift picked up, or stolen away by the side of Royalty, so he can Jarvan's inventory. Yeah, worthwhile play.
I see a slight problem here now. Morgana is a pretty aggressive mid laner. She doesn't have super amounts of range except for the Q. And she has 1,000 shutdown gold in her, so she has to watch out what she does now. If she gives over that 1,000 gold over to the Vayne, it's going to be pretty big, and Vayne can definitely use that the longer this game carries out.
I mean, with Morgana, she's like one not if not the safest champion with that Black Shield. I mean, basically, unless she misplays and puts it onto somebody else and gets focused, she's most likely not going to get killed, seeing as it's such a good pickup or like ability versus the comp of Royalty having so much CC. If they just can't lock down this Morgana, they're not going to be able to kill her with the amount of damage she's outputting. Dude, I'm just trying to decide whether that was actually a worthwhile play for the side of the League of Legends teams. They got 3 kills, but they lost the Rift Herald. I mean, it's going to really come down to how effectively Royalty uses the Rift, seeing as it's a volatile objective. A lot invested into that attempt.
Interesting. It's it seems like Morgana is not opting in to actually get a Zonia's, and I mean she is very far ahead, so it's not necessarily needed to go defensive item. But I think it's better for the fact that she can really aggressively go into a team, and then if they do focus her really hard, even with the black shield, she can just pop the Zonia's if she does get a bit low, and she definitely will get out of the fight safely.
Oh, bit of a stack coming through. Pink Ward in the brush. Sexy B with the face check. Shammy is there as well. Does walk away the black shield player. Sexy B, the flame's not going to connect as his blocks. Siren with unstoppable force. Flash away from Sexy B means it will not connect. They did burn the flash from the supports. That's the one it really. Shammy almost getting caught off, but he's got the beefy frontline Galio support just to face check the brushes for him.
And Fino farming really hard. I mean, it doesn't matter what happened in any fights. His farm is just constantly up 20 plus CS on the Jarvan, and since the early game, Jarvan just not being able to catch up.
Drake spawning. Legal team looking to get their third objective, or third Drake objective rather. Garth on the top side, just playing the Rift to see if they can get any objectives still away in the meantime while they go to contest. He should be opted to go towards top side. That's a bit of an interesting one. I'm not going to try and steal away the Drake, just going to try and take objectives on the outside of the map. No contest whatsoever on the Drake objective. I mean, it is only a Cloud Drake, to be fair, or Wind. Yep, there we go. Like I said, depends on how well they use the Riftchild. They traded a Drake, 3 kills for a kill and a turret and a half. So that's the way it was on
I'm not sure why Cookie is in mid lane at the moment. The bot lane is crashing in at the moment, so his CP is down, but I mean he can quickly clear that and then recall and maybe join up with the team.
Oh. The Psycho able to pick off the League of Legends team's last member. Ultimate Poseidon able to lock down the kill for them. Dude, that was cheeky. That's a very, very cheeky spot to leave an AD carry by himself. You expect him to be safe, but meanwhile, we got the entire royalty side just chilling waiting in the shadows for the opportunity to strike, and it works. How do you feel that Celestial's done this game so far, dude?
Celestial, I think he had like that good hook flay in bot lane when Sexy B was on the tower, but that was more of a mistake. It feels like he's taking more advantages of mistakes than making really proactive like plays that seems like really like advanced, you know. So yeah. He's not playing too badly, but yeah, I think he's doing fine.
Sexy B looking to try to steal away the play. Not gonna happen.
Like,
so
to give a good example, when African plays Thresh, it feels like he's like always looking to make flashy plays and catch people out, you know? That's the sort of thing that I'm talking about.
It jump started being super comfortable in the champion or visiting cannon to not as comfortable. I mean, like, you can tell when someone's maining a champion. For example, Thresh, they're very, very proactive. They look for the cheeky hooks that less comfortable player may not go for. Oh, fans of the ultimate look to try and dodge the cookie. Does get the recast. Knockup is there. Shammy going super low. Cannot afford to give Van Clax. What? Okay, goodbye, friend. Shammy, dude, Shammy shows nerf here, dude. Pretty much just
he was on the verge on giving a Vayne a shot on gold, 1,000 shot on gold, which have been really bad for them. But he doesn't care. He wants the kill, and he actually lands the binding and just takes it and say like, "I'll take this, friend. I'm out."
I'm just trying to think about what Vanzel's gonna be saying right now, dude. After something like that on the voice comms, he would not be impressed,
happy,
dude.
I can tell you that much.
I mean, he forced himself through the choke. You made that decision to go between the turret and the wall. Something you do not go against a champ that has a skill shot or has a skill shot based ability. There's almost a guaranteed hit.
There's one less area that you can dodge to. There's like, you can only go up and down.
Oh, yeah, you can always only jump back and forward. So, and it's with a line ability going straight towards the turret, it's almost like impossible to miss. But he went for the superhero play and he came out as a 0. Is what it is. Has the Skarner changes come through? Like, I believe they've made it so that...
Yes, this changes to his, what do you call those things again? Shrines? I can't remember the correct word. I'm just going to call it shrines. The little things that you get that gives you area. Basically, it gives you a much bigger area effect than it used to. So you can get more camps within its range.
As well as it's no longer showing on the map, I believe.
Yes, that as well. For Pro Play, it'll only be next week, but I believe the changes already came through for us this week.
So we're special. Alloy 60-11, royalty not looking too hard at this point. They are about 4k down. Objective Baron under siege for the side of a League of Legends team.
They're going to actually start this Baron up. Not sure if they can commit though. We'll have to see if they're going to back it off.
Oh, Fino with the
They're
Righteous
going to
Glade.
actually go and look for the pick.
Cataclysm, here is the entrance, stoppable force on the side. Look at the engaged fans are just waiting out for this team to clean up. Cookie with the flank. Or an ultimate call through. Sexy B super low, does get the knock over the 3 members, but it looks like Royalty's starting to win this fight in the back line. Double kill over to Vanzel.
And this is exactly what we talked about in the vein, and this is what I talked about in Champ Select as well. Can Vanzel carry the team in this vein? And it seems like even though he doesn't even have his Rage Blade up, that team not going too well for a League of Legends team. They're a bit split up, and in that case, they get caught out, and they're going to pay for it with probably this Baron.
Dude, Shami looking at potentially steal his way. Like, he is fairly healthy. He wants to go for the big boy play. Looking for the steal. Versus the smite. Goes to the Q. It's very close. Blue team able to pick up the kill there. Onto the Baron. No smite in hand, I believe. Honestly, League of Legends team in the position they were. They're fairly far ahead. 4k gold up. No reason to go for an objective like that. They went for the cheeky sneak and they got punished for it.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't think that was very necessary. I think they were doing really well without needing to force a Baron, so that's something they need to discuss on improving on.
I mean, like, versus a comp such as Royalty, super high CC, like, they've got the sign ultimate, you don't really want to get caught off on an objective like that. Oops, Snare does connect. They got.
And this is also, that play on Skarner is exactly what I was talking about. You go in to try and get a pick, and then Jarvan not only seals you in, so you can't take someone away, but also the team can't get to you, so Skarner is just basically by himself, and then the rest of the team got flanked on top of that, so Skarner was already out of the fight. And then
big invite coming through, Fino popping the Righteous. Ultimate does get used by Lissandra. Nice little 3-man top from Sexy Beauty. Is going to be taking the solo aggro from Vanzel. Vanzel able to easily pick up the second kill. The Kel Van Klaxel on the chase, or Vanzel on the chase for Van Klaxel. Jeepers. Dude, I mean, I can commend the fact that League of Legends teams are still trying to play proactive. They lost that last fight objective attempt at Baron. Immediately go for the trade, secure that, but like, Fino engaging, trying to look for the pick the whole time. Not working out, it seems.
Yeah, and Vanzel just doing a front-to-back team fight on all of the tanks that's trying to engage on him. Galio tries to go on him, Vanzel just polishes him off. Same with Fino. They can't actually... I think the tanks can't look for these fights on the Vayne unless she gets picked off by, let's say, the Morgana.
I mean, like, Shabby really can't do much more this game. He has not died. He's got a 7,000 gold bounty and he said 7 for 0 for 2. But if you don't give him the opportunity to carry, he's not going to be able to. Like, you just need to... everyone needs to do their own part, basically. Learn to be carried.
I think that they're not out of the game yet. What they need to do is just make sure they wait this Baron out, go to exactly back to what they were doing, getting the picks on the Morgana, and when they do that, they shouldn't force fights necessarily with Fino looking to catch people out, because that's obviously not working too well for them. They need to just hang it back, look for the picks, like let's say Vanzel out of place, maybe in a side lane, not where he's supposed to be. Get him out. If they get Vanzel out, they should be able to win the team fights.
It's back to being 11-11, dude. The gold almost, or gold lead, almost non-existent at this point. Actually back in favor of the Royalty side. They were 4k down, now they're at 1k, just under 1k ahead. After very nicely played team fights for them.
But all of the gold is on the Vayne, like...
Yeah.
Lissandra is pretty much just maybe getting some CC and when she can and locking priority targets down. But at the end of the day, the rest of them, Sound is just being a meat shield, and Jarvan... Oh. I think the biggest thing Jarvan is doing for them is making sure that Skarner can't get picks. And other than that, it's pretty much just a Vayne game.
Speaking of this kind of picks, dude, I don't think the pick itself is working in this game. I don't know if it's coming down to Fino's execution or the champ just not that effective into the blue side comp.
I think it's a bit of both. I mean, right there, when he was trying to force on the Lissandra, if he did get the pick, was there enough follow-up to actually get the kill if he did actually get the Lissandra? I don't think so.
I'm not sure, dude. I'm not too sure, to be honest. But like we saw there, Lissandra the W just able to lock him out in place. Can't get into rage unless he has the flash. Baron expiring right there. Looking for the tier 2 siege. You need to be careful under this time. This is a very easy position for the League of Legends team to get dove by the Royalty side. The new deep position, Fino goes to the backline. Here comes Jarvan with the EQ over. Does lock down Sexy B into the Cataclysm. Cookie ultimately hitting a couple of members, but Celestial going for the deep dive. Where are you going, friend? Flashes out immediate redemption, not gonna keep you alive. Wasted redemption. Van Klaxel, dude, what are you doing, Celestial?
If that Morgana binding landed on the Vayne, they would have won that fight. Unfortunately for him, Vayne tumbling right.
Cookie with a tricky pull. Here is entrance.
Look at picking off Goth here.
We got Vans on the back line looking for the 1v3. Does get the knockback on a Van Klaxel. Sexy B almost dying to the Lissandra passive. Dude, yeah, I felt like that last little bit of the fight was very ambitious. Cookie went for the big boy play. But Royalty, once again, does not necessarily dive there. Way too deep for Celestial.
And this front line from a League of Legends team having a really hard time against this Vayne. Vayne just shredding through them with those 3 items that she's got now.
Dude, had that Morgana key not connected, I'm pretty sure there would have been both Shammy and Van Klaxel dead right there. I mean, Morgana no ultimate available, so if Royalty Vanzel was able to potentially, like, even QSS that, not that he would have it available had he bought the item after that team fight, would have gone for the 1v2, which is exactly what he needs to. He just basically outplay one of the Shammy Morgana bindings. Dude, those things are the... Oh, nice steal. Those things are the size of a truck. And they reach you. It feels like you got hit by a truck when you get those land on your face. He comes to engage. Fino. Cataclysm in the backline. Shammy gets me locked down. Goth taking a lot of damage. A lot of non-existent damage, actually. He has popped that stone plate. Stone plate, yeah. Death sentence. Flays there as well. Massive team fight coming through for the Psycho. Looking to try to clean up Van Klaxel. Last member alive in that. For the side of the League of Legends team, 4 members dead. For the 2 from Royalty, but they did get the 80 carry, which majority of the gold is sitting down. Did you see who got the bounty, dude?
I did not. Morgana was in the middle of the fight. I will quickly see if I can find out though.
Just hit enter, dude. Should be in the chat, yeah. I turned my chat off during the pregame. At the start. 70 to 16. Cookie, what are you doing? Friend does not get the knock before she's just short of the range. Shows no fear, just walking straight up before the Psycho. The All Ultimate is brought in. Is something of the God, but misses the recast. Last drop up in the redemption. Will it keep him alive this time? It does connect.
Really unfortunate. I can't seem to be relocating who did it. I can't open chat. My chat is visible, but if I press enter, how do I get the chat to show up?
I Z. Wait. Actually, I think I got the same bug.
Yeah, if you open chat, you can't like have
Lucian
goes to scroll through the chat. Interesting.
Lucian. Will you see that Van Klaxel able to finish off the kill onto Vanzel? So that's a lot of gold into his pockets.
All I can see is that Father Psycho actually did manage to pick up 600 shutdown gold on the Lucian, since Lucian also had shutdown gold on him. But I can't see anything above that.
Oh, is Drake live currently? Looks like it is going to be soloed by Garth Ryan Miller. That's a good kill. So that was Shammy's first death, dude. Something to keep in mind. So the shutdown gold off of his head now, just sitting on Lucian, as well as from the side of Royalty, the Vayne and Sion. 600 versus 500 and 450. Anybody's game at this point still. I have not seen a League of Legends team play or like win a team fight too well at this point. It seems like Royalty side are pretty much just stomping every fight that they take. I mean, the last one was probably the closer of the recent fights. Unstoppable force. Look at Van Klaxel does not connect. Support does take a little bit of damage, but the final hour pop lockdown coming through from Fino. The recast. It's gonna be there this time from Kirk in the box. The redemption, Cataclysm, fight left, right, center. Final hour, the knockup, not gonna connect unfortunately, but that's gonna be Vanzel in the backline, just picked off by 3 members of the side of Royalty. Oh, sorry, League of Legends team. Van Klaxel does get the auto attack crit onto the face of Psycho. He looks for the recast and the claw, but just gets insta popped. Goodbye, friend. Speaking
and
of
Royalty being a little bit split up in that fight, I mean, it seemed like it opened up really well. Vanzel getting a lot of damage onto Fino before he actually got killed, but I mean, it was looking okay, but they were just split off, so they couldn't focus a target, and Shammy as well, just having a free time.
This looks like game, dude.
Doing what she wants.
Sexy D beating a very good job of basically just preventing Xanax from getting back to the base. The unstoppable force is used, but it's gonna be too late, dude. Stuffed. It is unstoppable force. Right. Spaghetti Cody.
I mean, I think that game could have been much cleaner for a League of Legends team. I think they had it in the pocket from the early to mid game, and then after that one Baron throw, they were looking a bit shaky. But fortunately for them, that one team fight royalty not putting their focus in a lot, and costing them the game for that in that fight.
Yeah, dude. They said the new season of Game of Thrones would be good, and it was, dude. GG, first match going over to the side of the League of Legends team, despite the fact that they lost so many team fights before that. It took one very good team fight from them. And yeah, took the first match, dude.
Yeah, if you look at the damage shots as well, you can see that Shammy doing a lot of damage, 34k up against Vanzor's 31, so still dishing out more total damage. I guess that puddle was just getting a bit too much area damage, even though she was really fed. And Claxor, I mean, not Claxor, damn freaking so many names.
Yeah, it's the Claxors in chat,
doing,
dude.
not too bad damage as well, 23k on themselves, so doing the second biggest amount of damage in both teams. So, a League of Legends team looking good, damage-wise.
Dude, honestly, like, the team fights are so clown fiesta. Apparently, kind of looks like Vanzel used these QSS at the start of the fight as a mistake. I'm not sure. I honestly didn't catch that. Hard Drag saying well played Claxo, apparently.
Yeah, man, I just can't.
Pete, please change your name, dude. Please change your name, dude.
Emma Pete, I beg you, please change your name back.
I think he used it to the boxes, Hard Rock. Anybody with the instant replay? Dude, when we get the new PC, we'll have instant replays, not in. Can't record on this PC. Or laptop, rather. But yeah, GG, well played first match, going over to the side of League of Legends team. Guys, if you want coffee, if you want popcorn, go get into it. Back shortly for game mode 2. See you soon. And we're back live. Welcome. Game number 2 of the best of 3 between a Royalty and a League of Legends team. League of Legends team taking the first match. Sinister. Did you expect that outcome? I mean, it was looking very good for Royalty.
I like the team comp more, and I gave the win to them. So, Sheepy, you're not gonna telling me that I put casters curses, because for once I was right.
I was wrong. Feels bad, man. It is what it is, 30. I mean, Royalty were looking very good for a long time in that match, but apparently not meant to be. First game going over the side of a League of Legends team. Hashtag bias casters confirmed. But guys, if you'd like to, exclamation mark vote 0 for League of Legends team left side, exclamation mark vote 1 for the Royalty team. No rush, as it will be going throughout the game as well. But Celeste, would you like to break down the bans and whatnot for us?
Yeah, so it seems like we're not seeing any changes in bans really from Royalty, which is a bit odd, because I mean, if you lose, I feel like you should be making the changing plays, and in this case, they're not opting to ban out anything that was something that was winning for them on a League of Legends team side. So yeah, we'll have to see how's that going to work out for them. Interesting enough, it seems like even on blue side that they ban out Galio. I don't know. I think they could have just maybe first picked Galio. I think it was a really good pick. Sexy B was looking a bit shaky here and there, but overall I think it was still doing really well. But definitely if they're not going to pick a really good ban, because you don't want Royalty to have Galio, it's one of their specialty picks.
Okay, no, fair enough. Makes sense. Unless you have the Lucian, Ezreal. Dude, Ezreal at the moment feels like it's kind of like a challenge at least. You sort of just like don't do much and just scale to the winning point. I do believe there are Ezreal nerfs on the way through, coming through from the PvE. They are hitting multiple of his abilities. Otherwise, Lucian did work in the previous match, but let's see what it does in the second one. Honestly, I'm not surprised with the Galio ban, seeing as the first pick or the priority.
And that's going to be a very hard lane for a League of Legends team to deal with. Israel already on his own is a super safe pick. Tom Kench providing just so much safety. If you decide to make a play, even if the jungler is there, you can 3v1 the Israel, and if the Tom Kench just shows up, eats the Israel and just runs away or flashes away, and he can E away after being spat out or even flash out, or Tom Kench can flash while he's in his mouth. It's going to be really hard to get to this Israel. Really good pickup for the Tom Kench Israel combo.
As well as Tom Kench is pretty nice in the Braum. But Lucian Braum, one of the stronger bot lane combinations, together the passive working very well with the passive from Lucian, seeing as basically you get 2 auto attacks and Braum's passive takes 4 auto attacks, or 3 if you do manage to connect the Q instead. But Kled pick up for the top side. Kled into Urgot. I mean, Urgot a mere shadow, or mere like shell of what he used to be, but he's not too bad. I mean, it's definitely still decent.
Looking pretty good at the moment. I think that's a good pick. If you get a bit of an early lead on Kled, then it's really hard to deal with them. I see Paul 1v3ing on a Kled. If you get a really good timing on your dismount and you're fed, it's really hard to deal with a Kled. So I really like this Kled pickup. He's a good playmaker as well with his ultimate. So I think it's a good pickup for a League of Legends team, and we'll have to see if they can build a comp around maybe running in with the Kled, maybe a Olaf jungle or such.
Otherwise, speaking of the Kled, a lot of these matchups are actually skill-based, so depending on how well you play the matchup or play the champion, so we're going to see what happens with that. But Grumpegler says that, hey everyone, is it only me or is it buffering a lot? Guys, let me know if it is lagging. I do have 0.6% drop frames. It's not that much. I can't look into it though. Not for me, but the streaming at 360 pieces go easy on me. That's the thing. Like,
mine seems fine, but I'll go check your stream analyzer to see if I see anything wrong.
Unloaded as in Sexy B in game support for League of Legends team. Not happy with all the Thresh bans. Says, why don't you guys let me have my Thresh? We let you guys have Thresh in the last game, but you take it away from me. We have the Nautilus, however. Will that be a Nautilus support? Nautilus support very underrated.
No, I don't think so, because Braum's already there. I don't think you
oh,
can
right. Fair enough.
Braum out somewhere else, so.
Wait, hang on. Did they just pick Nunu?
Yeah, Nunu jungle.
I don't think I've ever seen Fino play Nunu.
I have not, but I think it's a pretty strong solo queue jungler at the moment, so we'll have to see if they can do the same in a competitive play. I mean, he did say you have packet loss, so maybe it's just the easier champ to play if you're on bad ping.
Yeah, I mean it's fairly understandable. It's like a very I wouldn't say mechanicless champion. Like, they are obviously a couple of dynamic mechanics, such as hitting the snowball and drifting and whatnot, but very non-ping dependent champion, as in it's like, it's not easy to mess up if you have a packet loss, I guess. Press R, stand still, press Q and smite at the same time if you're lagging. Can get quite a sizable advantage over the enemy team's smite. But Sinister, dude, looking at 2 team comps, thoughts as to which comp won purely off of the pick and ban phase, so excluding ranks and whatnot?
I think I'm going to give this one to Royalty. I think a League of Legends team is going to have to pull out some magical plays to even get to this Israel. If they don't die in laning phase, team fights are going to be, it's like Tom Kench just chills around Israel, make sure he plays safe. And I'm pretty sure, we know Vanzor, he's a really good ADC. He will definitely carry given the opportunity. And in this case, he's given a lot of opportunity. There's a beefy front line. They have Lysandra that can lock up priority targets to make sure they can't get to the Israel. They have Aatrox and Urgot, which can also frontline. Tom Kench can swallow him. Royalty comp for me definitely winning in this case.
Do you note that they have opted to go for the heal opposed to like a teleport, something that was quite common on the Ezreal AD carry pick? Generally, there it is, the last second switch, he's 200 IQ, dude, holy man, you know what he did? He knows they're watching the stream, so they do have the summoners revealed. What he does is he takes the...
both of them switching last second, Tom Ken switching over to heal very last second, dude, and then Ezreal also switching to TP.
That was actually 200 IQ, I'm not even gonna lie. Basically, due to the fact that summoners are revealed in the stream, and a lot of people do watch during the stream, which is fine. They basically switched to TP and heal at the last second, seeing as Ezreal is actually better with TP at the moment, and what tends to happen is when you verse an Ezreal with TP, the AD carrier for the opposite side, or League of Legends team in this case, goes teleport as well, just to match the teleport from the Ezreal. But due to the fact that they don't want that to be revealed, they do switch to the last second as possible, giving Van Klaxo and SexyB no time to communicate that change. I appreciate that 200 IQ, I'm not gonna lie.
And from what I've seen from Aatrox and jungle, if he does get a good lead, or he's not counter jungled a lot or dealt with, he can make a lot of impact on a team. But on the other end, if he is shut down, he struggles a lot. I saw that, for example, in the Team Liquid game, he was shut down. He was given first blood on the Aatrox, and pretty much the rest of the game he was useless. So, gonna have to see if Garth is gonna do the same as he did last game, where he fell behind early game. Could be a bit of a problem for him, maybe. But otherwise, I think still Royalty comp is going to take this game.
Can you really say that he fell behind? I mean, he went for level 2 cheese bottom, it didn't work. Like, that's like, it's a planned like move, in the sense that you give up potentially like a topside objective so that you can go get the bot lane gank and take a chance of getting your bot lane snowballed.
I mean, sure, but at the end of the day, he was like more than 20 CS behind pretty much most of the game, and he couldn't really bring it back. So I think the only reason why he wasn't really punished too much for that being behind was Fino was also struggling, so he couldn't do much. But if Fino wasn't struggling, then I'm pretty sure that a League of Legends team would have even been looking more clean than they were actually in the last game.
Okay. So, dude, do you think this is going to be 2 for 0 in favor of the League of Legends team? Or are we going to go to game 3?
I think this might be game 3 in my opinion.
Okay, interesting. We have the Orion opted to go for the cleanse, so I'm going to keep note. We have Lysandra pick once again for Psycho. Do you feel like his Lysandra was at a level that justifies picking it in the second match, seeing as it was open?
He was looking much better late game on it. Laning phase was a bit hard for him, but Shami maybe just playing that really well instead of him playing really badly. I don't know. He wasn't playing necessarily really badly, so we're just going to have to see if Shami can replicate the previous game's result. Seeing Morgana was banned this game, they don't want them back on that champion. Obviously, not appreciating what Shami did on that, so definitely want to take that away from him.
Yeah, I mean, Oriana, very, very, like, safe champion. Doesn't really have bad matchups, only, like, good and less good matchups, really. So, super safe champion, potentially can make, like, a game-changing ultimate in the late game if you do get to that point where you're so fed that you can effectively almost one-shot their entire team. Plus, Shami's the go-to guy, it seems, for League of Legends team. He's basically there, like, he's the back of the team. Just make sure everybody else is doing their job as well, so they can carry. But JD not impressed by the Lysandra pick.
And speaking of game-changing players, I definitely think he is going to have to do a lot of those, because, as I've mentioned, not an easy comp to get by on royalty side. If Vanzo does manage to get shut down, and he doesn't get back into the game, maybe a League of Legends team can still bring this one. But I really like the comp from royalty at this game.
Always, once again, all the players in the correct order, which I like. Hashtag respect, dude. All it does, it helps. Pretty cool run animation for that new skin, I must say. Is that demolishing in it? Didn't pay attention to the loading screen. Roy's just saying that Lissandra into Ori is not fun if Oriana gets ahead. This game is really nice. Roy's just dropping his mid lane knowledge. He's the old royalty mid laner from last year, if you guys don't know.
And both teams just opting into check the entrances, and Vanzo trying his luck at his Kleptomancy, maybe seeing if he can maybe rack up that sly stack of gold, you know. 60 gold in the beginning of the game could be really good, well 60 plus, and he tries both brushes, which is understandable.
Otherwise, guys, JDN looking for some Apex friends. If you do have Apex and you don't have JDN on Origin, hit him up with an invite. He's looking for people to play with. JDN, a Viper, one word. And the capitalization manners. So have you tried Apex yet, dude?
It's in my download list.
Dude, you've said that for like 2 weeks now. Just download the damn game. And looking at the match, Cookie and Fino walking into the jungle. Very aggressive, looking to try steal a cap potentially. That's Zadok. Oh, has Garth as well. Blue side, Lissandra starting to rotate, trying to catch them out.
I think I am a bit ahead of you. They're going to actually commit for this? Wow.
137.
Interesting.
38.
What am I watching?
Fino gets the objective.
Hard commit for the Nunu steal. Nunu being well known for like a hard counter jungler because he can eat and smite, so it's really hard to contest him in jungle when he does try invade you and just steals your buffs away.
Like, so I mean, yeah.
They're like hard committing for this and actually getting first blood as well onto Kled. Exactly what I talked about the League of Legends team wants to do for the Kled and Prem.
Honestly, like, I mean, yeah, sure, it's in favor of, like, Nuno seeing as he has his key plus smite, but, like, that is the Fino cheese that we know, dude, where he randomly just goes into their jungle and sees what happens and coin flips the entire match just like that, dude. In this case, they caught the heads and it landed on heads. We've seen him legit throw matches on, like, who was it before? It was Nidalee, he just ran to their jungle, it's Nidalee, so... He had backup this time.
Jungling champions.
He likes his coin flip maneuvers, dude.
Nidalee again in a while. I guess Hard Rock told them it's a hard no and that he has to pick up new junglers.
Dude, I mean, I've got 10%. What am I going to do? I'm going to go into the jungle and take a 50-50. Or like a 60-40. Let's put a 60-40. 10% pack must be as lag at the moment. It is what it is. Otherwise, JDN says he has not got enough invites on Apex yet. Please hit him up with some more if you guys haven't already. If you're on the fence, it's JDN, Viper, I believe. Big fight in the mid side. Fino pretty low, just short of half health. Garth for the damage. Unfortunately, last key does not connect. Psycho super low in the mana. Shami in a very aggressive position, right up in Psycho's face.
Okay, let's sync our times up quickly, yeah?
33, 25, 36, 27.
Yeah, I'm going to pause at 40. Tell me when you're near.
30, sure. Bit of a trade on the bot side. Van Klaxel. Q damage. 35. 8. 9, wait, 9, 40, 41.
Okay, 42, 43.
No, 44, 45, 46.
Yeah, perfect.
47. Otherwise, top side, Claire with the dismount, forced the back off, does have the TP to get back to the lane. Zadok already using his TP. Looking at the CS currently, a little bit ahead in favor of Urgot. Same with Lissandra, actually. But Jungle, very much in favor of the Fino Nidhi. You can see that in the gold already showing.
Yeah, I mean, Aatrox only getting one buff out of all of the clear, and he's actually picking up only now. So, interesting enough, and his blue buff, Fino's blue buff is still up. He's going to do a full clear on bot side, clear Krugs out, go top side, still get his blue buff. I mean, like, this is really big for Fino. I think Aatrox is going to have a bit of a struggle against this now.
Well, the jungling asking what happened to Tiger. Tiger plays for the academy side, jungling. Zadok is the top laner for the main team. If you guys don't know, we'll see the organization has 2 teams, both in Prem now. Pretty excited. I'm keen for the royalty versus royalty match at some stage. Why are there 2 Vanzels, says PB Lasers? But that is because that is MVP who likes to troll casters. Asked him what's up with the name change a while ago. He legitimately says he thinks it'll be funny for the casters. So, it's proving to be a bit tricky, especially when Klaxor's in chat. And Vanzel's on the enemy team.
Well, technically, Klax is just Klax, not Axor then. So you messed it up again there.
Oh, but his old name used to be Klaxor.
But well, we're talking current, my dude. So.
Like, it was Klaxor and Vanzel. It's still Vanzel now, but that's just Klax.
And Slanksaw, don't forget Slanksaw. Oh, good days.
Was it Klaxor before, I believe? Actually, maybe mistaken for that one. Don't remember. It's been a while.
I don't know. I'm a youngin in the industry.
Is it funny for the casters? To an extent, sure.
Well, I mean, we have to correct each other all the time because half of the time when we talk fast, we don't even realize it sometimes.
Lyrical geniuses. Always top side bit of a trailer from Cookie. Looks like Zeta can be heavily winning that.
You can only rap fast enough if your name is Captain Flowers. Boy, I love listening to that guy cast. He's actually amazing.
Monka gun. PB laces. The champion likes to use his popcorn or his side plants just to reveal potential wards. Second game in a row he's done it. Walked up left the lane once he has the lanes resetting. Just controlling vision a bit. Do what he can.
I like it when you listen to me casting pew pew lasers.
Dude,
Thank
I don't know where this is going. I think maybe some like capital prizes in chat, but still. Currently 90.6k to 10.4k. It looks like royalty not able to pull ahead again in this early game. What's up, Hex next? Psycho dropped the ultimate onto Fido. The guard looking for the damage. Fido got the health back from his key. Oh, massive shockwave hitting 2 members. Father Psycho currently half out. Sexy B jumping in. Does not unfortunately land a concussion blow, but got very close to get the massive damage onto Garth by Miller. Celestial Fido, the Tom Kench able to just pick him up. Fido still in the hunt though. Zedek picking up a kill in the top side. The 1 versus 1. Celestial the flash away. That's gonna be Father Psycho super late. Make that dead actually. Van Klax will pick himself up his first kill of the game.
And this is really good for the Lucian. Israel is going to be much stronger late game. So the fact that he can get a kill here now, that means that he is going to have a bit better time in laning phase, and he's gonna have a nice and evil scale up to that point where he can maybe still deal with the Israel later on.
Sexy B Van Klaxel, massive wave in the bot side. Ezreal cannot deal with the wave like that, needs to be careful. There's a play chain cash in the pocket for the side of the lead laning side. Replay on top kill, says Yusuf. Since the only go rewatch the top kill lead.
That's a bit too far away now.
Yeah, like the thing is, with the replays, dude, if I had 2 PCs, 100% would set up multiple cameras on like a feed. As in like watching certain lanes and such, just have like a split, like a command to apply like split camera on the stream. Maybe when we get the new PC, issue would be that the stream. Actually, wait, hang on. I could potentially use this laptop for streaming a second feed of the game. It'd be pretty cool, but I don't know how the quality would be in comparison to the main PC.
It should be fine. You can up the quality then because you're not running the stream on the laptop, so it should be fine.
But I'm still getting a recording. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, your laptop should be able to handle it.
Oh, sexy B. Speaking of new PCs and PB laces, dude, apparently it's 45 days from the point where you hit $100, so it's not on from the last holding that thought. Van Kazal does get known by Celestial, get pulled back in, gonna have to flash away. I feel like that known was unnecessary. Celestial should have just straight up let Vanzel go, potentially would have been able to put up more damage.
No, sexy. That was unnecessary. That Atisik attack, he literally last headed that kill away. Why would he do that?
Taking food out of these Eddie carries more.
Turn around to last headed. I don't understand why he would do that.
Is it no? I want to be fed. Ban my thresh. I carry this kill. Oh, massive misbreak coming through for Shami. The QSS is used. Lots of damage. Oh, the commit coming through for Garth. The ultimate there, so he's not scared of taking the turret. But here comes the Iron Snowball from the side. Does connect onto the Psycho as he opts to take as a Garth can walk away. The teleport coming through from the Zadok top laner for royalty side. Looking to strike and laps onto Sexy B and Ian Fido. The ultimate open up. Slash with the back journey. Sexy B not below the threshold. This hit does get known by Celestial. Pop the Grey Health and recast onto the Execute. Death beyond fear. Or fear beyond death, rather. Second kill going over to Lissandra onto the Nunu. Garth run mode, dude. Royalty, they made a practice play. League of Legends team trying to react. Did not work out in their favor. Currently 2 deaths to the none.
Yeah, and this is the old school Jet Lust that we like to see. Playing on these fighters where you can make like big team plays and get the priority kill. So really nice play from Zadok here, getting a good lead here. He's 2-0, 2-1-2. So you have to see if he can keep on landing those ultimates.
Jambi does have the shockwave available, looking for the very proactive 1 versus 3 playing super greedy, steps out of the snare. Celestial Fever. Jambi taking a time shot, the slows applied. Second orb Zack, 1 more, you get nommed, friend. Gets the Q, gets the nom, goodbye. Nicely placed, the shockwave actually dodged by Vanzor's reposition. Not that it would have made a difference. Dude, that's basically Shami trying to do as much as he can, but getting punished for it. If they get the Drake Force and able to walk it out, then it's not too serious. No gold Nadi sitting on the head of Shami this time. But kind of worth it to an extent. I mean, it is a mountain Drake. Gonna help with the objectives. Oh, messes up the CS. 4-6, currently 17.4 to 18.1. So Royalty side looking to try and grow their lead. I mean, if they carry on playing the way they've been playing this match so far, they're going to be in a very good position. I mean, like, Urgot's going to become an unstoppable force on the top side. Cookie's not going to be able to deal with them, and that's going to create a lot of pressure for them potentially as well, as it seems like Psycho's upped his game substantially. Oriana not looking too hard this match. Oh, Celestial. A little bit of damage. Rotation. I think Xana's just trying to clear wave. Needs to be careful. Shami looking to try to collapse onto him. Cookie does connect the snare. Exhaust applied. Gets pulled back in. Shami's still on the way up. Does receive the Oriana shield. Not the most efficient of worms. Needs to be careful. He's pathing back down. But in the bot side, Fire Claxel and Sexy B getting yet another plate. That's exactly what you want to be doing as a Lucian Braum lane. Basically, if you can't get any kills, to shove them under. Just keep getting a little bit of advantage. Fino gets a little bit of micro knockup. Vanzor does get disengaged. Claxel with the curl. A lot of damage coming through the proactive. Teleport coming through from the Sandra as well. Well, reactionary technically. I don't know, is that proactive reaction? Blocked Sexy B, able to stop the Ezreal ultimate in its place. Juke coming through from Claxel. What are you doing, Psycho? The Hex taking Probot in the wrong direction. Does not matter, it seems, as the Ezreal gets the kill. Sexy B. Last key from Vanzor, not going to be there, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, that's the protection that I was talking about that Tompkins can offer his ADC. I mean, they're trying to focus the Israel. They just swallows him up, flashes into the back there, keeps him in his mouth long enough not to take too much damage, spits him out, and then they can turn the aggro back onto the enemy team, and them actually taking the advantage in that fight for themselves.
At plus 160, here comes another plate. Extra 80 gold to pop. Celestial Fever and Vanzor. Honestly, that play was way too forced. Very good reactionary TP from Psycho. I mean, from the side of the League teams, they should be like tracking these summoners, especially if it's teleports. 3 members of the team has teleports, so like going for a play when it's not tracked is super coin flippy. Especially so far in. I mean, Fino went for a micro stun, not the most efficient of the new players, honestly. Did you go for these long, like down the lane or like down the river kind of plays to get the like sizable duration for the knockup? Guys, the thoughts on the Guardian pickup for Celestial Fever? Like, it's pretty common for Tom Kench to go use, like, Spellbook, for example. I mean, it is a bit of a matchup that's not the easiest, seeing as it is super high, like, early game pressure into an Ezreal.
I mean, it's not too bad. I guess he just wants to provide even more protection for his team, so it's not the end of the world. I think it provides him tankiness, the shield is not too bad, so I think it's fine for him.
Yeah, safety first.
Can do the safety dance.
Oh. You know what, the jump does connect on the Zanog.
Hey, you got someone.
Oh. Yeah, does have his ultimate available. Starts to cast. No cancel available Zadok, but does have the ultimate. There it is. Is it gonna be the 1-for-1? Cookie? Wait, what are you doing? Is that a flashing into Cookie? Okay. Celestial next target. Need to be careful as the rest of Royalty come through. They have reinforcements. Goth getting the knock about Shabby. Celestial eating. Cookie. Disengaged. No more skull. Goodbye, friend.
I think Cookie might have thought that Cookie was. Cookie might have thought. I think Cookie might have. Zadok might have thought Cookie was ulting in lane, so that's why he flashed up. But he was actually ulting from Riverside. That is why he actually flashed into the Kled ultimate there.
I mean, even in those cases, I don't feel is correct. I mean, you shouldn't flash preemptively like that. If anything, flash as he comes through.
Yeah, true.
But like, I think it may have been a misclick potentially. Or trying to get away from Shami as he expected, like the shockwave. Rifthold using the mid side. Here comes Snowball attempt number 2. The Drift Master himself will get the angle, looking for the father Psychopath. Clacks with a massive kill. Last little attack is going to be there. Oh, he goes for the W instead. Cute. Goodbye, friend. Sexy B picking himself up yet another kill.
60B gonna carry, boys. Just give him the chance. Oh, gonna face check.
Speaking of which, a lot of damage can be done to Sexy B. Wants to walk it off, but no, it's not going to carry apparently. Apparently carrying Royalty side. Oh, slow is applied. Cha-ching! 99999 damage. Holy. What's up, Tree Giraffe? Welcome back, buddy.
Truth Giraffe knows all too well about dying. He did play Dark Souls tonight, so he knows too much about that.
Which Dark Souls?
Dark Souls 1.
Yikers. Comparison of all of Dark Souls, which you think's the hardest?
I don't know, I'm not a big Dark Souls fan myself, but I think 1 is probably hard because it doesn't have like a lot of the game mechanics I guess that 3 has, not sure.
Oh shit, I forgot to update the... We did upgrade the tunnels, did I upgrade the scroll? I don't think so. Dark Souls, dude.
Dark Souls.
It'll be blue side won the first game. Poor Dark Sauce over me. Oh, I did update it? Oh, my bad.
But yeah, quickly looking at the state of the game, it seems like at the moment the game is a bit of a favor of Royalty. They are 6 kills up and they are 2k ahead of gold. The towers are still fairly even. But a League of Legends team has bot tower while Royalty has mid tower, which is a bit more important. And Royalty has the Cloud Drake over a League of Legends team that has Earth Drake.
Yeah, I mean, the game is not like it's too hard for the side of League teams in the current state, but they should be able to pull it back if they do make the correct moves. I mean, it's not completely lost at this point, just not in their favor. And we saw a pretty massive throw in the last game from the Royalty side as well.
No, definitely they should just keep on playing this out, and there's still definitely a chance that they can actually bring this game back.
PB lasers, I'm not reading that out, dude. Let the meme die. Let it go. Stop bringing it back in. Gold department. It seems like majority of League of Legends teams.
Just gonna ski out that a bit there in top lane so you can take it down.
Like fair split between the League of Legends team. No player in particular owning majority of gold. Otherwise, pretty much the same for Royalty. Where's the lamb sauce? What is that? That symbol I keep seeing above people's heads. Celestial had it there. Not that one. Like a wand type symbol.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. Oh, let's just see it again now. Oh, they're gonna look at taking this kill on the fight onto Shami. They're gonna turn it onto Fino.
Fino caught off again. Zadok with the flank gets the Fear Beyond Death.
Sniped. Fear Beyond Death. I don't think Zadok has missed one ultimate at this stage. He's absolute American sniper with those Ogre ultimates.
Well, EU sniper in this case. Shammy here. Like, and Oriana is very effective at this countering these kind of sieges, because what happens is the enemy side tends to group together to try and get some sort of pressure on the tide. If Shammy gets good ball placement into Oriana Shockwave, potentially could turn the entire tide of the game outcome if they get multiple members, especially with the amount of shutdown gold sitting on the side of ALOLTeam.
Now imagine Shammy gets like a 5-man Shockwave into Fino, fully charged up ultimate on the Nunu. I'm pretty sure that's going to be pretty big for them.
XX says it's one of the Nunu lines. Where's the lamp source? Okay, didn't know that. Actually, how do you play the new Nunu? So I don't really know his voice lines that well. Is it a particular skin or is it any? Yep.
I used to love playing the old Nunu as a support. And then you go the support item, that the one that gives you movement speed.
Reverie
was pretty fun.
So what do you feel like Kale support to become a thing, but don't know like all these current kids. Like the heal seems pretty decent. That's on non-support. I'll play the new Nunu as support, says Ginger. Do you recommend?
Don't tell Sheepy yes. I'm telling you now, you'll actually take it to solo queue and feed.
No, I don't want that one. If anything, I would take Galio to support right now instead of queue. But I'm pretty happy just chilling the Janna. Got up to 50 LP yesterday, then got grief 2 games in a row with like inting top lane. It's not even memeing like actual
inting. Why would you play ranked at the moment? You're gonna get research with 0 LP anyways.
Because I can. I don't know.
You're
I have to keep playing, otherwise I'll get rusty. Not that I aren't rusty at the moment.
Yeah.
I won't recommend, but it was fun, says Ginger. Fair enough, dude. Just a full fun kind of pick. Tom Gensh with the Voyage. The Journey. The XCP gonna be caught off his forced to flash away, but that's gonna be flash for flash for flash. Is that looking to still be pro? Elixir still get a fight. Ups back off for the last second. The barrier or Guardians rather from Celestial. Tom Gensh, what is his ulti? It's Voyage. It's something Voyage.
Abyssal Voyage.
Abyssal Voyage. That's it. Drake picked up by red team. Mountain. Rammed a lot, says Ginger. Yeah, could expect it. I mean, you just snowball down the lane. That's the whole thought process. You just snowball from support to mid lane. The Nunu support pick. And Garth's doing a lot better this game than he was in the previous ones. So he just caught up in the CS department, 1 from up to 7. You know, getting caught off a couple of times.
Why am I still Silver not a fixed Spartan? Because I'm either casting on CP's channel, I'm either working night shift, or I'm actually playing in my own team as well. If I had the time, I would play more rank, my dude. But soon I'll be gold. I'll definitely be gold earlier this year than I was last year. I'll put some more effort into it.
The joke's on you guys that you actually played this season with Riot screwing up the MMR so much, dude. So this is actually 200 IQ not playing to save his account.
Yeah, you see? I actually know what I'm doing. Kappa.
Baron, next objective for the royalty side. Hello, Sinister dude, what time do you have to leave for work?
I actually should already leave. I'm sitting debating on if I should just be late for work or not.
I mean, if this is the 3rd game, I don't expect you to stay, dude. You can make the call if you want to wait till the art for finish this game or not, dude.
The Taric is not actually working out so great for me at the moment in ranked. At the moment, I think Morgana is really good for me, and my Leona is still doing really well as well. Even though my win rate on Leona isn't that great, I feel like all the games that I have played on Leona was either very close or it was throws, so I'm not going to drop Leona just because my win rates on her is bad.
I mean, Leona's in a very good spot. There's no reason to stop playing her. At least you Tarek OTP. X-Take stop, dude. Your ways are not going to work yet, dude. No brainwashing. What a dance, nothing too serious. Oh, hello, Garth pulling the trigger, pops the ultimate, very aggressive. I don't know about this one. All the ulti there from Celestial. You're not going to be caught up once again. The setup from red side. Van Clocks are taking Van's rather taking the shockwave. Does get the kill. Shammy with the 1v1 onto the Israel 80 carry.
Shammy doing a lot of work, making sure he prioritizes the correct person and actually taking Vanzo out of that fight. Really not well played by them. This is the whole point of this comp, is to make sure that Vanzo is safe, and in this case, not standing in the correct place with his team, or making sure that he plays safe with the Israel when he has so many things to do it. He actually still has flash up.
Yeah,
I mean, double of sends his regards, not even using his flash to stay safe there.
Yeah, with Zanuck, massive shutdown, 700 gold going over to the Oriana of all players. Is this going to be the League of Legends team comeback a second time in a row, dude? From the back, or from behind, and then just getting good fights in the late game. I mean, Shami's doing like hero's work here. He gets the 1v1 finish kill. Oop, holding that thought though. Shami's super low, no mana, does what the cleanse, the flash as well. Redemption not going to connect onto him, but Shami's super low. Psycho, one more attack. Shield. Snowball. As your ultimate is going to connect to Shami? No, it's not, unfortunately.
Keeping herself alive long enough for the royalty to actually show up and help him get out of there. And really well played by Psycho.
I mean, teleport's still available for the side of Vanzel. I mean, he didn't use his flash in the last fight, and that's how he died to Shami. Even though he should have been able to flash the shockwave potentially, even though late Q should definitely have not died in that position. If you're going to be away from Celestial, gotta play it safe.
Now my chat works. Now I can press enter to bring it up. Thanks, Riot. But I can't really see who that 1,000 shutdown gold went to in the first game.
Yeah, I mean, 700 gold went onto the Shami, onto the shutdown, onto the top lane Zanuck. So that means he's gonna be sitting on a substantial amount of gold right now. You can already see the gold leads on the build up on him. Most gold in the game.
Yeah, and you can see Oriana actually also. I think she has two half items, two different item builds. Okay, okay, there we go. Death Cap is complete now, and then she's probably going to build that Oblivion Orb into a Morellonomicon after that.
Yep, pretty much. A lot of she's like basically the champs like Oriana. I think it's Fake, if I'm not mistaken, would pretty much build Death Cap first or second item pretty much every game, even if he's behind. Due to the fact that the amount of damage that you can output is pretty much game changing. Ori, he's one of those late game champions who's like super potent. If she gets a good position, good play, can pretty much turn the tides of a match. So it's exactly what Shami's trying to do.
He maximizes his damage really well. Like every time he can pretty much land an ability, he will if he can.
Always truth just mentioning that usually the Oriana doesn't actually complete the Morellos in the late game, just leaves them in that old position for the extra penetration. But that's going to be a pick onto Cookie by Zanuck on royalty side. Shami looking for big boy ultimate, just positioning Ezra ultimate of Fino. Does actually manage. Did he still wear the red? I'm not even sure, to be honest. It's Vanzel. What position is Vanzel? Okay, Vanzel got it.
Vanzel, yeah, Vanzel did get. No, I don't know. Vanzel and
just check the timers on them.
Red at the moment.
Yeah, Vanzel is 1v4. Vanzel just got red buff.
Okay,
no,
cool.
Van Klaxel got red buff.
Okay.
Vanzel's is about to expire. This is going to be the make it or break it fight coming up here. Need to be careful as they are a man down with Cookie. No teleport available to get into this fight, so they're just trying to dance and prevent them from starting the Baron. Royalty likes to do these fancy feat baits where they just control vision and potentially try and get the enemy team to overextend in the thought that they are needing to contest the Baron, but not going to happen this time it seems. 3 Drakes versus 1, 16-9 in favor of the Royalty side. What are your thoughts on like teams and coordinating, for example, Royalty in the main name, or like a League of Legends team at the start of the name? So, for example, ALOLTeam Van Klaxel.
No, I don't like putting prefixes in the team, especially clans that force you to change your name. I don't think it's necessary. I mean, you can do it if you want to, but that's why we have clubs in League of Legends. It puts the tag already in your name, so there's no need to.
Yeah, I agree. Are they teams that force you?
I wouldn't change my name Sinister Smiley because I know there'll be some troll that will steal it away from me, and the name is too important for me. I've had it since 2012.
I mean, what teams force you to change your names? I'm sure it's like optional.
I think there is definitely teams that ask you to change your name.
If that was the case, I'd expect them to pay for it at least, but I like as well would not be that on board with changing it. Like you said, thanks to the club tags. For example, we can see Sexy B rocking the ALOLT and with Vanzel. I believe at one stage the League of Legends team wanted to, or the players at least wanted to change the team's name just because it was too troll. It doesn't seem like that happened. Hard
Okay,
Drag
you can see
ruling with an
Vanzor
Iron
has his
Fist.
name changed, but it's not like everyone has it. I mean, Fino still has his energy tag on his name.
It was
but he's
never actually
changed
part
it
of
since.
Ian, dude. It was the sub, if anything, dude.
Yeah.
Just for the memes. Still waiting for Fear promised in leg 1, says Alphabet. Royalty forces you to change your names, help. Dude, that feels like a very like clickbaity like title for a YouTube video, dude. Royalty forced me to change my name and I'm unhappy, dude. Alright. Royalty forced me to change my name so hard that my parents disowned me. Zano trying to create pressure in the middle. He does have the TP up in the next few seconds. There it is. Save with Cookie, so no real TP advantage in that sense, but they have
good amount of damage from Oriana.
Shockwave.
Tom Kench.
There's your ultimate. So much work to backline of the Zonias from Garth, but the really cast onto the Fear Beyond Death from Zanuck, finishing off the kill onto Feeder. That means there's no jungler for the side of League of Energy to potentially contest this Baron objective, especially with Shabby not having a Shockwave. Zanzo actually doing a crap ton of work in that fight. That Ezreal ultimate connected on the 3 members and pretty much chunked them all. So the issue here is that Celestial has his ultimate available. If they want to flank, what they can do is they can start the Baron, send members behind the team, collapse on them, and basically just completely sandwich. Teleport is there from blue side. Cookie looking to recontest or rejoin the fight. She doesn't have left in the Baron. The charge is there. The blue team steal. What? Sexy for you with the cheeky Q. Able to take away the Baron. Where's your smite, Garth? Shutdown going on to Tom Kench. Van Klaxon onto Zadok. Garth in the backline. Super low. The flash away from Psycho. Not going to be enough. Dude. What did I just watch?
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I can't believe that just happened. The support from Q still sway the Baron.
Dude, Elite Legends team, they did it once. Can they do it again, dude? From behind, just pulling it back in these like questionable quite fights. Baron in hand, able to pick up that Nexus or the base tower or the inhibitor exposed. Are they gonna close it out here? Please no, not like this, dude.
And that looks like it's gonna be inhibitor for a League of Legends team, and they're gonna look to back out here. They might have to. No, it doesn't look like they're going to give up any members. They're just going to walk it out.
Dude, I believe the B in Sexy B stands for Baron Stealer.
I see. That makes sense now. Sexy Baron Stealer.
My eyes is like, Shiva, what's up, my dude? Says, just finished my 8th placement in
You could just
D4
head
now.
into Sexy BS now.
Shiva, dude, this is a very close game to that, dude, it seems. The game is looking like a royalty win, but Baron's stolen away. Will that be enough for the League Dynasty to lock in the series with their second win in a row versus the royalty at first side?
Yeah, definitely touching on Alphabet in chat saying that Nasha was the correct call. I definitely think they didn't do the wrong call. The whole idea of starving out Vision and starting Baron up was the correct call, and it was just like a luck steal from the Braum Q, to be honest.
Like, Fino was dead, so they had no jungle, they knew smite / like consume. But
Yeah.
I didn't actually check if Garth had smite or not, dude. Had he not had smite, then the call itself may not have been correct, but if he did, then that should not have happened. So not entirely sure. I mean, Celestial red side had a mana advantage that potentially could have baited them in and taken the turn instead of going for the flip. If it was no smite, then they should have gone for the fight instead of the objective itself, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it pretty much just depends if Garth had smites or not, but because they had Vision starved out completely, so there's no reason to force it. They could have just wait for a smite to come back up and then start it, but we won't know unless we look at replays.
Oh, a lot of damage coming through from the shabby mid lane Oriana onto Garth, forcing him to take the back. Burn. Like, this is a very questionable position. Seeing as they are versing Oriana, looking for the shockwave in a position like this, they should honestly just give up this tier 2 turret, do the best they can to wave clear, which is what the intention of that Ezreal ultimate was for. If Shabby gets a good engage behind that tier 2 turret, it would have been like the game over pretty much. Especially against a team with Baron, you cannot afford to take a fight you cannot guarantee a win for. Second inhibitor exposed. League of Legends team playing this very slow steady at the hand. Oh. Cookie, where are you going, Fred? Redemption, flashing out, does walk back into the redemption, connects with the super low. Father Psycho able to finish the kill, but it does go down to the 1-for-1 trade. Nice little flash, will jump away from Vance, able to get away from the shockwave. That's Shammy's ultimate dead. The ultimate or passive cast from Garth Gets the respawn super low, but that's gonna be the Nexus turret under siege. It's gonna be the League Legends team win. They're looking to pick up the Nexus turret. Second one under siege. Nexus exposed. Fino super low. Shammy, that's gonna be Sexy Beast chunking away the Nexus with Van Klaxon as well. Sinister, I don't think you're gonna have to be here for game number 3 because League of Legends just took game number 2 and the series.
Very well, I don't know, bit of a shaky start there, but really well played on the Baron steal, and I guess well played on actually making sure that they don't throw after the Baron steal. They played well, they backed off when they needed to, they used Baron to pressure lanes accordingly, ushering in minions, just taking towers and making sure they don't overextend or make too risky plays, and in the end paying off for them and them actually taking the game. Really well played by a League of Legends team, closing out the game with that Baron.
Dude, I mean, Shammy went for the big away play with the ultimate plus kill onto Azure in a fight early in the game where he basically killed Azure with the flash available. Didn't work out in that second fight, unfortunately. He went for the 200 at all, he went for the big away play. Tried to delete their, like, one of their main damage dealers. Didn't work out, but it does not matter, it seems, thanks to that Baron steal from Unloaded Fab. Or at least Twitch name, or Sexy B in game. Questionable names at both, dude. But yeah, Sinister, what do we think of MVP of the series?
MVP of the series? I mean, if you look at damage graphs, like, even though it didn't seem like Shammy was, like, excessively popping off like he was in the first game, he still had the most damage in both teams. So, at the end of the day, he also tried his best constantly to pressure this Israel, making sure that he can't step up. If he does, has the ball out and ready out in the open. He makes sure he zones them off. So, I think in both series, Shammy actually still did really well. So, I think in that case, I'll probably say Shammy gets to get both the second game. Klaxor did really well. Van Klaxor did really well, but I think for the series in total, it should be going to Shammy.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Honorable mention to Sexy B, that Baron steal. I don't know, I'm not sure. Does anyone know, was this Smite available, Samibo? Mid auto for Smite on Baron, I get CC'd and Brom gets it. I'm over this. It feels bad, man, dude. Less damage than
definitely the honorable mentioning should be going to Sexy B. I guess that Baron still pretty much did win the game for them, but I don't know, it feels wrong to, like, Shammy played well the whole game long, and then one moment in the game, are we going to give Sexy B MVP because of one moment? No,
I don't think so. I'm just saying, just honorable mention. That was a bit of luck, you know. There's no guarantee in that one.
Okay, so we'll give him the honorable mention for the Baron still then.
Dude, we should give Klaxor should get honorable mention as well, dude. He's been in chats as well as in game, every single one, it seems.
Klaxor, it's like, it's just, please, can everyone, all of the Zors, the Slanksaws, the Klaxors, can everyone just go and get Mbappé to
somebody
change
just trade name, like trademark it or something, so everyone else has to change it. But Sinister, let's move down for the post-game interview. Just for a couple of minutes.
Channel switched.
Yo, what's up, guys?
What's up?
How's it? Firstly, congrats on the win, guys. Honestly, it was looking very questionable for both matches, but you guys somehow managed to pull it back in the late game. Yeah, language, dude. You're supposed to be lagging. Stop talking, dude.
Look at my ping.
Yeah, no, I was watching you. Don't worry, guys. He was actually lagging. Has fucking lost, but dude, doesn't make you make some of those questionable Nini plays. But yeah.
MVP, bro.
This question directed at anybody that would like to answer. Expectations going into the match. Were you thinking 2-0, or were you expecting to win at all?
Someone else answer.
Do you want to take this?
You can take it, John.
Just honest opinion. Did you guys think you 2-0, or did you think it was B-Mode?
Against Royalty, they're a very well recognized organization. We are really good friends with them, so there was no like bad blood or like rivalry, or we're gonna wreck you, or like any banter leading up to this. It's just a game between two organizations that are very friendly with one another. Look, we did 2-0 them in leg 1. They played a lot better this compared to last leg to this leg. You can definitely see an improvement with the roster changes. I don't personally feel that we played the best today. There was a lot of questionable plays and decisions that we should work on, but I never expect an easy game when going up against Royalty, and as you can see, like, we had to fight for it.
Okay, so are you saying that this was an easy game, Kaplan?
I said
you said you never expect an easy game. I'm just saying, was this an easy game?
No, I'm saying that we had to fight for it.
Okay, just making sure, just checking.
To the end of the
No, I'm just trying to create crowd. Don't worry, dude.
Sorry,
Okay,
guys.
so was that? No, fair enough. Hard Rock, I see you're happy with the outcome of the match, dude.
Everyone's happy to win.
No mention of keeping royalty jungler on level 1 for like 5 minutes. No,
Dude,
no,
he went for level 2
yeah.
cheese bottom.
But,
Like, you're supposed to get ahead in that matchup. Like if he does that. Sinister, questions?
Yeah, I mean, it's just been looking like a League of Legends team is putting in a lot more practice. I'm in this team speak most of the time, and I see this channel fold up with
I'm
most of the
never
time.
here.
So it's good to see that a League of Legends team isn't just playing one or twice like every time someone is maybe available like last year, but good to see the team putting a lot of effort in.
Yeah.
all our PGL games get played, yeah.
Question directed to the bot lane, guys. How did you find versing Celestial Fever compared to their previous supports? I believe the top lane and support were replaced.
Cameron, you got this right.
Everyone's like, yeah.
I got
Peace.
this.
Baron.
It was good. That's what I got.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't like. Wait, who was their last support?
Challenger Sloth.
Yeah, no, he was good. This guy's also good.
Okay, sure.
I mean, I
That's
clicked E a few times. That was nice. Didn't get hooked in lane, so happy about that. Yeah, I don't know. It went alright. I think who were we up in? Vanzor. I think he out CS'd me.
You confusing yourself with your own name now. Well played.
Yeah, I know. Well, how many
Scammed
times did
yourself.
you though? Be honest.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's what he
all the
did.
time.
It's actually because Clax is in the chat. Van Claxel was in the game. Same with what's it, Vanzel.
Hanzel.
So yeah.
Wonderful. It's working.
I might name change at some point.
Please, I beg you.
No, fair enough, dude. As long as it's not back to like Sun Goku or whatever you had it as, dude.
Sangoku is fine. I like that name.
I like him, Pete.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but now the eye's taken with one of my Smurfs, I think.
Okay,
Same as the
no,
Twitch
fair enough.
story all over again.
Dude, I mean, looking at that match, you guys did pretty well. In terms of like basically bringing it back from behind. Is that something that you guys tend to do a lot, or is it just like is what happened? What is your game plan often going into these matches? Is it just like to see what happens, or is it actually like let's just play it slow and see if we can win late game team fights?
Well, we outscale them. Sort of. I don't know how to explain it. Basically,
Usually-
we win because we didn't have to do anything. Because they're not actually... They can't completely pressure with their team comp. Unless the Sandra gets a good flank or TP flank off. Therefore, we can just sit at turret and farm for the rest of the game. And then get picks off, which we pretty much did, and win. Because Ezreal was not great at killing tanks, and Nunu just gets tankier. And he's already
Okay.
ahead. And then Ori out damages Lissandra by a lot, and that out damage Ezreal. And then Lucian only drops off a little bit, so it's not too bad.
Fair enough, fair enough. But speaking of Nunu and whatnot, how come you guys didn't put Fino back on the Sejuani patrol? I thought that was the go-to for Fino. He's getting like Nunus and whatnot.
Because if you play every champ in the game, you will improve.
You want like 10% packet loss?
Really?
Yeah, true.
So,
Also, if
Hey,
your packet loss,
shut
all you
up,
have to do is click one button and then just make sure you try and steer the snowball.
yeah,
In this
boy.
case- Dude, in this case, you don't even need a smite because you got the Brom on your team for these like PogChamp steals. But two more questions, guys. What happened to the Nico pick? We had like rumors of Nico coming through from.
we were like, oh,
We played
whoops.
it just for the yikes for me.
Okay, no, fair enough. I mean, it's probably better off top or bot lane at the moment. All the unhit Nico, a lot better than the standard.
I mean, I could have played at that game into this. But we played at bot lane, and I don't think it's not good at the moment.
Okay. Oh, fair enough. Truth drop saying that Nico got hurt fixed. Do not know if that's correct or whatnot. But guys, any comments to the chat? I mean, anyone that potentially came out, especially to watch you guys. Anything you'd like to say to them?
Hi, Bob.
Okay.
Subscribe to Sheepy Pie.
Alright, so
Thanks
once
for
again.
everyone that came to watch us play.
I'll be
Such
right.
an honor, and we are truly grateful.
Nice, not bad, not bad. Getting there, dude. The inner streamer coming through.
Stop saying Rossi played bad and a League of Legends team played good. Because every time we're losing, it's a League of Legends team is. It's never a League of Legends team is playing well.
We didn't
mean,
play well.
Yeah.
Ah,
We-
no, we
they,
didn't.
lost again. They lost again.
I died 14 times. Like,
I'm trying to build crowd sympathy. Is it working?
No, no. To be honest, I think you guys are actually playing really well. I think it's just some small mistakes that needs to be fixed, and I think you guys have the potential to do really well in the Prem League.
Yeah, I'm
you.
averaging like 7 deaths a game here.
Is that why
dear.
we finished second last leg?
Barely.
Oh, yeah, we were second last leg.
Yeah, like I really think it's this team is doing well at the moment.
Second best team in South Africa.
Just to clarify, because I think there's some people who've asked this question as well. I actually do have another question, not specifically related to the game. Shami is going to come down to play in the finals, right?
No,
No.
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 Nope. Not happening.
Are you gonna bring
Wait.
in the Super Sub Hard Rock 789 twitch.tv/.
I have been practicing mid on my unknown Smurf Rockhard 789.
Okay.
Just go check it out.
Can
So
we
actually-
expect
that's
Malphite
a
picks,
lie,
dude?
That's fake news. We're actually subbing in Wasabi.
Into
yeah,
which
that's
land,
it.
dude?
Jungle. getting
Yeah,
kicked.
I'm playing Zed
Oh, yeah.
with my
that was-
green skin.
Yikes.
Okay.
It's
Uh,
SA colors, bro.
So
Come
you
at
guys
me.
can, whatever was said now, you guys can take it how you want it.
Oh yes, you can.
Obviously, a lot of news was fake.
Okay, so he's
Uh,
probably going to come down finals then.
On Ethiopian
See you land, Brett.
Airways.
Okay, it's fine.
Okay.
You can sit in the basement of a flight as long as you get yourself to South Africa, because I really want to see
Also, we're starting
the plays.
But I don't want to get killed.
Holy moly, dude.
Fun Sammy's trip to South Africa. Guys, feel free to
Yeah,
donate.
dude. If you need a League of Legends sponsor.
Yeah, someone needs to do a charity stream for us.
Patreon.
But I mean, in
We're
all
gonna
honesty,
play-
you can maybe like try and get some sponsors, and then you can maybe actually start like a GoFundMe and see if
If
someone
anyone's
if someone in the
listening,
law
we-
essay community maybe wants to
If
Yes,
anyone's
fund
fund the
listening,
course,
I
maybe.
need 10,000 rand. That's all I'm asking for. 10,000 rand.
Easy clap,
Start-
guys, if you
start
want
the
to.
Hard Rock stream back up again. All donations goes to Shami's
Yikes.
flight.
Yikes. Oh no,
Yeah.
no,
I can pay for the flight,
10,000
it's
rand
fine.
isn't for Shannon flight. I need player shirts.
Decoed on Saturday, boys.
Okay, guys, much appreciated for the
Thanks
post game
for the
interview, and congrats again on the win. Check you guys in. I'll check you guys in a future match. Send us to this move up, dude. And it's close out.
Channel switched. User
Right,
joined
guys,
your channel.
that is that the end of the series. Fortunately, well played to both sides. Thanks so much. Appreciate for coming through for the cast. I believe it's got to work, dude. Apologies for making it late. But guys, we are gonna call it there. It was a pretty awesome stream series. Well played, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for another match.